In this example, we are going to find the derivative of a function f of x defined by taking the function g of x divided by h of x. G of x over here is defined by this graph, and then h of x is defined by this graph here. Now, because we have g of x divided by h of x, and we have no other information, we're just going to go directly to the quotient rule. And so to find the derivative of f prime, we're going to take the derivative of the top, which is the derivative of g of x, times the bottom function, minus the derivative of the bottom function, which is h of x. So we're going to take the derivative of h times our top function, which is g of x, and then we're going to divide that all by the bottom function squared. Now, if we want to evaluate this at a certain value, for example, we're going to use the example that we're going to evaluate it at x equals 3. That means now we're going to substitute everywhere we see x, we're going to plug in a 3. So I put in all my 3's here. Here's a 3, here's a 3, 3, 3, and 3. So I plugged in all my 3's. Now we got to refer to the graph to find these values. So to find g prime of 3, we have to look at the graph of g. And when I look at 3 on the graph, I need to find the derivative at this point. Now, the derivative means the slope of the tangent line. And luckily, since this is a linear function, it's going to be the same everywhere. So all I'm going to do is find the slope at this point right here. So the derivative is going to be the same everywhere because this is a line. Now, so I'm going to pick 2 points and I'm going to find the slope. So I go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So my derivative of g prime of x is constant, and it's just going to be 2 over 1, which is 2. So no matter what value I plug in here, the derivative is going to be 2. So I plug in and replace g prime of 3 with 2 right here. Now I got to find the value of my function of h at 3. So I come over to my graph for h of x, and I come up and I find my value at 3, which is 4.5. So I'm going to replace h of 3 with 4.5. Then I got to find h prime of 3. So I need to find the derivative at this point on the graph. And again, at this point right here, we have a linear function. If we're looking at just the piece that's bigger than 2.5. And so I got to find the slope of this line where it's greater than 2.5. So if I start here, I'm going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. Okay, so for this piece of the graph, so for any values on h that are bigger than 2.5, the derivative is going to be negative 1 over 1, which is negative 1. And then let me label this when x is greater than 2.5. So I'm going to replace h prime of 3 with negative 1. Now I got to find g of 3. So I come over to the graph of g of x. I come over, I look at 3, and my value is 7. So I'm going to replace that with 7. And the last thing I need to do is find h of 3. When I have h of 3, I come across and I see that that's 4.5. So in the denominator, I'm going to have 4.5 squared. Now I'm going to put that all in my calculator, and I'm going to find that the answer is 0.790123446.